Hello, and thank you for coming along. This is Moster Does the Crossword, and this is Moster. Today I have for you the New York Times crossword for Monday, August 2nd, 2021. The format that you're about to hear is actually you get two choices. I don't know which one you've chosen. You'll find out at the end of the intro, I suppose. The first is the original, as it were, which is this intro followed by actually listening to me talk out loud while I do the full puzzle, followed by a quick recap of what I thought was interesting about the puzzle, what I thought about my performance, maybe some things that might have tripped a couple of people up. What I'm trying to do, actually, what I am going to do going forward, is have a separate one that is the intro plus the review without the big chunk in the middle. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier for some people to swallow and still get some of the other benefits. Anyway, why am I doing this? Well, because it's vanity and it's kind of scratching some kind of a creative itch for me as I go about this. I'm also really curious to know what happens between when I put a puzzle down and when I pick it back up that causes me to all of a sudden have a particular clue click, because I think that learning that about my thought process will be interesting. What are other people going to get out of it? With the review especially, I think they'll get a leg up. They'll get a little bit of, semi-cynical insight into what's going on. Um, you know, there's also this notion that the Times crossword is so difficult and such a mountain, and I don't really think that it is. I'm not trying to minimize. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think it's a lot more accessible than a lot of people might think. And similarly, when I grind through this, I do screw up. I do make mistakes. I do call myself names. And for some people, that's good because it gives you a level of encouragement to say, shit happens. It doesn't have to be perfect. You'll figure it out next time. Um, Finally, there might be some people who are studying English, etc., and they're interested in, a different way of learning English from the crossword. Similarly, you get a lot of current events, idioms. You get more sports than I would have expected before I started. Um, and the weird thing is that there are some people who think that my voice is soothing and that this counts as ASMR. So if you're one of those people, I'll thank you for that too. Um, for this specific puzzle, there's not too much really before I stop this particular ramble. It was a pretty good Monday. I liked the theme, and you'll see a lot more about that in either one of the two videos. So again, I will just say thank you very much for coming along. I am at the point where I would appreciate if you would I would appreciate if you would like or subscribe, and if you have any other comments or feedback, I would love to hear them. Please feel to reach out. And without further ado, here comes your selected course. Okay, review time. There's not a ton really. I mean, it's a Monday, so you're seeing some fairly basic ideas. I think eek might be one of the more complicated things on here, actually. I like this weatherfront theme for a Monday. I think it's good. I didn't realize that Thunderbirds were really considered to be competition for Corvettes. I thought there was like a 300% price difference, but what the fuck do I know about cars in the past, especially? Um, what else jumped out? I didn't even do all the downs. So, actually, yes, I did. No, I didn't, because I didn't do stands. No, I didn't know that either. I'm sure I did. Botox is the injection. What else? Yeah, no, I didn't do stuff over here. So, like, yeah, linen's pretty good for napkins. Aloha soup, sup up, absorb, yes. Grocery conveniences are carts. MPG is fuel efficiency. What else? If I just look. Thumb, I definitely hit before. It's green thumb, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly happy with my time on it. I kind of bulldozed it. Um, and still had typos, but c'est la vie. But yeah, I mean, there's not really a ton. Casino might hit somebody. Place to play roulette. It's not Russia. And yeah, 10K marathon is race.
Have you been in another?
Anyway, I just listen to myself. I sound like a bit of a prat, but we'll deal with that eventually, or not. Anyway, as I was listening to myself, which I don't often do, I did notice DMing, which might catch some people. I don't know, it's a thing, direct message. I shouldn't say it like it's new. It's been around for a trillion years. Eons ago is another one. That I did have to come back to fix eek, basically, and kvetch to complain. I believe it's Yiddish, but a lot of the stuff that I heard older people in my family say that I sounded was Yiddish, that I thought sounded Yiddish, like agita, I learned is not Yiddish. It's just short for agitation. Anyway, dragon, yes. During Chinese New Year. We have that book somewhere, although I think I might have destroyed that book at this point. Destroyed it with love, of course, as she is wont to do. You have to remember your PIN at the ATM. Yes, that's kind of silly. And that's drunkard. So, for serious, anything else jumping out? Nero. Where was Nero here for the Emperor? Yeah. He's usually the quoted. If you've got a Roman quote, it's Nero or it's at 2. That'll get you through 97% of that shit. What else? Yeah, I think I talked about OXO during the thing, but OXO is a good one. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't say I talked about OXO during the thing because this is the thing where I talk about the interesting stuff. So OXO is a good one because OXO is not something that people often see together, and it's another good one to get you out of a jam as a puzzle writer, I think, because you see it kind of stuffed into weird places sometimes. Megalomaniac has a big ego. What else? Pinker for less cooked in the center, which I should have probably gotten sooner. For serious, did I miss anything interesting? What is this, dreams? Night visions. Alright, I need to go to sleep. Loretta Lynn. Yes. And Oahu Casino I made the same joke about at least twice. I thought was spring. I gotta go look up what the spring for French is, and I also want to understand stands, if that's made it into OED. I should be taking notes on this shit too, so I could talk to you about it again in the morning. But that's something I think when I get to the next real iteration of this. Maybe I'll do some brainstorming about it now, but it's after my bedtime. So, this thing is now turning into a little bit of a longer discussion. I don't think there was a lot of repetition. And yes. Oh, moronic, haha. For completely stupid. I don't really call myself a moron. I call myself a dumbass more than anything, or I call myself Alexander, which is a reference to Shawshank Redemption, which is one of at least two movies that was better than Forrest Gump. And on that non sequitur, I will say to you, good evening. Thank you for listening and watching. And if you do care to leave any feedback, I would certainly love to hear it. So, once again, thank you and good night.